Core system login in progress.
You know, I think we should go ahead and add a mesh library class right now. It's just a simple, very simple script. We don't really need an editor for it at the moment. So click on Scripts, Models, add a C# script, call it Mesh Library. And in Mesh Library, delete the start and the update, put a public mesh parts and just call it mesh parts. And then do a public mesh shapes and just call it mesh shapes. And like I said, it's just a convenience thing that we'll use. We're going to add a couple functions to it, but nothing special. Drag that onto, well, I gotta go back to the right thing. Go back to hexagon, to models, select mesh library, drag the mesh library onto it, go to the little ellipse, and you will see this new edit component thing and say apply to prefabs mesh library. And now our prefabs will also have the mesh library on there. Now go back to our hexagon scene. Yeah, go ahead and save that. Go back to our prefabs, drag our mesh libraries into the world. Nothing there on it. If you want to see stuff on it, you can do refresh part. I'll just refresh. Come on. And there it is. It's right there. We'll go ahead and clear it because we really don't want to see anything in our scene. Now, disable. Well, first expand the single labs, duplicate the HSLab1, disable the original one, rename the new one MeshLab1. Go to the hexagon library or the hexagon folder under scripts, right click, add a new folder and call it HSLab1. Underneath there, create a new script called, what I call the original one? Okay, I just called it the abbreviation. HSLab1. And we're going to have to rename it now. Visual Studio will ever get out of our face. Yeah. Now, thumbnail it, go back to Unity, open up the HSLab0, just click somewhere in there and hit Control A to copy everything. Copy it, go over to HSLab1, hit Control A again, paste it, go back to the top, select, double click on HSLab0, hit Control H, and it has selection in there, so that didn't work. Make sure it has current document and put in the replacement HSLab1 and everything's fine. Now this didn't do us a lot of good in this lab, just duplicating the game object, but it'll work. It'll help us keep any objects that, any classes, any mono behaviors that are on our object that we're not going to get rid of. It'll let us keep them later on. So go back to Unity, remove the HSLab0 from our class, and add HSLab1. Drag our character onto it, And now we need to put all of our text boxes on it again. We're going to have a canvas handler shortly, hopefully. And that'll make our life easier. And we'll have a materials class, a simple class, at the same time. No. I'm just messing these all up. Okay, there are those. Now let's add 4 materials. We'll keep our black and our white material, but we're going to put grass and dirt in first. Then just put black and white right there. And that's just for variety right now when you're messing around with it. Add 4 material presets. Well, you can add 1, expand mat ns on it, increase it to 3, and then increase the number of material presets to 4. And that way you erase a step. On this first one, it's going to be 1, 0, 1. So our top will be 0, will be the only thing grass. We'll just put dirt on the bottom for now. On the second one, it will be all 1 because it's just going to be straight dirt. On the third one, we'll do straight black. And on the fourth one, we'll do straight white. Or you can mix them up if you want to. 3, 2, 3. And then this one would be 2, 3, 2. So those kind of mix them up a little bit. And I believe, oh, we have to do our map level. Let's not forget that. Scale needs to be 1. Put the height at 32. Put the generate height at 8. Put the seed, I don't know, 5. Do whatever you want. I'm doing 5. 7,500 for the world size. And smoothing, keep it kind of low, 35. Let's see if it works or if we missed anything. Hey, oh, and of course, move the state to generate. There it is. It's way down there. Okay.
Access granted.
Alrighty, let's get on to the next section. We are going to change our base shape to use our mesh presets. So first thing, we want to do a protected mesh library. Yeah. We're going to plop that in right here. Jump up to the top of our new lab, just up here somewhere, right below input mode, above character camera. We'll plop it right there. Down in our start method, jump back to the front end and drag our mesh library around top of it. All right. Jump back down to the base shape. We will first of all bring in our new process sides method. Or process side, should I say. is a lot like our manual process sides, our manual create sides, but B1 will use one for all of our sides, no matter what. Why do I have that written down? Wrapped in another try catch. Okay, that does make sense. Need to go to one of these values and just go to our evaluate results and add the tangents. And we need to initialize our tangents. Right outside of that loop, we're going to do another loop. What the? Our fakes indexes are stored inside of our mesh part now. Let's do another try catch here. So let's do, wait a minute, whoa. Vertice limit the count ref. Okay, so let's talk about this real fast. First of all, we have, if our error comes back and we click on the error in Unity, we know the error is either on the vertice link or the index, face indexes. Our new try catches down here will tell us that our error is one of these, and it would most likely be that these aren't big enough. We're looping through all of our vertices instead of creating them each time. So all of these methods are replaced with the one method. Makes the code much cleaner. Next of all, The only real difference between our two methods is we are bringing our face index on our face indexes. We're bringing our face indexes in, so we could just copy this and pasted it up there. So they should be identical. And that is our new process sides, which will process our mesh part. Now let's go change evaluate to a new method that will use that. And like I said at first, our evaluate method will create everything. It's going to be kind of comical. Still need those two. I do believe we're still going to need those. Yeah, we need to see even for the offset, so. Let's see if everything else is even up here. Yeah. So. Of course, I should be using none, but we don't have none. Maybe that's why I don't get so picky, because I make a lot of these same allowances in my code. Mesh library, mesh shapes. No, oh, I can call them. Okay. Hold on. Now we only have one shape right now, so need that yet until we get to the opposites. Actually, we can actually pass in that right now for the moment. Just pass in the part that is stored, because we are going to see the result of not having any opposites in our first run. What's wrong with you? No. What did you want there? Oh, I wanted the shape parts in, and now I want the actual preset in. I don't really need the MP yet. No, I want that right there. There we go. So we're going to the preset. We're going to directly get the preset for whichever neighbor. Later on, this will be more technical. More technical. It will. We'll go neighbors 0.mat source. Actually, we'll go to the shape, won't we? Yes, we will. Shape.mat source for the in, and it'll be down here. But for the moment, well, we can go ahead and do that right now since they're all set to dot neighbors. So now I'm going to all of my neighbors. I'm going to the shape. Which neighbor do you get this material for? Right now it will always be our 0 from ourself. And I'm getting its preset in, and that's where I'm getting my material preset. And then I'm going to it, and I'm saying which preset, which material source, or which material in do we use, which this is really getting on my nerves. Yeah, right there. Okay, well that actually was just Unity. Refreshing that time. So when we look at our, we're going to the actual material preset now. Well, we were before, but we're going to whichever material it's going to use, and then we're getting the mat in for that side. If it says it's using side 0 on this one, then it will be getting the material number 1, which relates back to here, to the dirt. Okay, so let's run. And this is probably going to go over our vertex limit. So let's go ahead and jack our vertex limit up. But it is static right now, or it's a constant. So let's go ahead and set it to 60,000 because we haven't put that in place quite yet. I want to start off on generate, and I want the map level. I just want to generate 2 levels, let's say. Oh my. And run that. Now go to generate again. What is that message? Object reference not set to a to the object. It's not mesh libraries. Mesh shapes. Okay, I did not update the mesh shapes. Click the wrong red button there. Why I didn't? I did not do it. So let's try again. 999. There was an index out of the list of indexes. Did I forget something there? Okay. Why didn't you? Because I wasn't running it. Start again. So it's in our face indexes. We got 4 face groups. We have a total possible indexes of 30,000, so that's wrong. And it's 111, and there are 0 face indexes in our side. No, there's 6. My mistake. And I'm not losing my eyesight. We have 2400, and we're going to 6. There are 4, and the end's on 4. Ah. Why exactly would that be? That would have to be on our evaluate preview to the mat count. That is been wrong the whole time. Hold on. We just got lucky. No, this goes to mat count, material count. Or TFI count. It's not large enough for a maximum number of vertices. It's got to be at least face indexes. I don't know. It's got to be enough face indexes. That is directly in relationship to our material count. Number of materials. That is a typo, is what that is. That is a typo, I promise. Alrighty. Let's give it another go. Boom. Now the funny part is everything is there. So if we come over here, you're seeing stuff. Well, you're seeing the canvas right there, but all of these sides are in here. And Unity is going through and calculating the shader. Well, the graphics card, your GPU, is calculating these shaders that you cannot see. And at this large span of this many hexagons or nuggets in voxel, yeah, that's going to hit your performance something horrible. And we're going to handle that with opposites. And opposites work well. In fact, with opposites, we can create new shapes in a more advanced example that I'll give you later with fences. But right now, we're not seeing that much of a performance hit. In fact, we're probably still, we're still up in the 24. We need a few chunks out here to see it, but it's not good on the GPU or you gain performance. When we have 1,000 chunks, or when you have 1,000 chunks, that's just going to totally demolish your gain. So let's get back over and let's do opposites now.